Yep. Whoa.
Your throw line is an essential part of your equipment and helps with rescues on flat and moving water. To be used successfully, you must know how to throw it and, of course, to practice throwing it. A throw line is used to tow a swimmer to the shore or riverbank and removes the need for you to enter the water. It's made up of two parts, the rope and the bag. The rope can vary in length and is commonly 10 to 15 meters. The rope is brightly coloured to make it visible in the water. The bag is large enough to hold all the rope and again bright in colour. It may have a padded end to help it to float in the water. Using a throw line is done in two parts, the release and the tow. The release requires that the bag full of the rope is held in the throwing hand, depending whether you are left or right-handed, and a small amount of rope is held in the other hand. To start, the bag is opened and a small length of rope taken out like this. This is the best stance to adopt before throwing. It maximises your stability on a variety of surfaces. The swing action of your throwing arm generates momentum for the bag and rope. At the point when the arm is straight and pointing towards the swimmer, the bag is released. Allowances may need to be made for river currents and surface wind. Wind can be a big issue, especially when the last few meters of rope are exiting the bag. So what happened there? You can see that the wind-up was fine, but the release was too late. He released as his arm was pointing upwards into the air. This sent the bag skyward, which caught the wind and blew it into the tree. Worth saying that this is why we practice, to experience as many scenarios as possible, so it allows us to react and cope with them in a real situation. Okay, here he goes again. Fingers crossed this time. Perfect. You can see the line fully extend and how far the line reaches. Once the swimmer has held on to the bag and or rope, the line can be pulled back to shore and the swimmer towed in. At all times, both the swimmer and rescuer must not permanently attach the rope to themselves. Both parties must be able to release the rope to avoid any entanglement. Ideally, the swimmer should be on their back with the rope fed over their shoulders towards the rescuer. A steady and consistent pulling on the rope is best to make the tow as smooth as possible and avoid the swimmer going under the water. As the swimmer approaches the bank or shore, they can be assisted to land. There are a couple of ways to put the rope back in the bag. I prefer to feed small amounts into the bag as shown here. It's slightly slower, but does allow a simple inspection of the line as you are putting it away. Inspecting the line for cuts, thorns and damage is very critical. Any problems found means that the line will need replacing. Another method is to hold the line over your shoulder like this. Gravity does help a little to drop some of the line into the bag. Practice both methods and see which works best for you. The correct use of a throw line can be remembered using the acronym S.A.T.T.A. S.A.T.T.A. S. Shout to alert the swimmer and tell them what is going to happen next. For example,
Throw line.
A. For attention. Wait until the swimmer is focused on what you are about to do. This maximises the chances of them catching the line, especially in white water. T. Throw the line towards the swimmer with enough power and accurate aim to reach them first time. T. Tow the swimmer towards the shore, avoiding further hazards. A. Assist the swimmer onto land and continue rescue and or start first aid if needed. Regularly practicing to throw the line gives you a head start in any rescues and increases the chances of the bag and rope reaching the swimmer first time. Carrying it with you gives you a powerful way of providing rescue to any swimmers you might encounter. Good luck and happy paddling.